Okay, I think we're going. Hey there, my name's Halana Black, currently working as a freelance writer from the cool and rainy country of Vietnam. Um, I wanted to share with you some videos on some of the secrets of my success of being able to work abroad as a writer. And I've been able to successfully do it over the last couple of years. I've been trying to figure out what sort of a book can I write. I want to be able to write a book talking about my experiences, but I need to be able to frame it around something that's going to be able to make sense, something that's going to be helpful for people. So I have participated in a couple of like online conferences where I get to share my experience of living and working abroad as a writer for the last 2 years, and just sort of what I've been doing, what I've been able to accomplish since I've been here in Southeast Asia, and all sorts of things. And then I started to look at some of the things that are keeping people from moving abroad in the way that they want to. In particular, in talking with other black women and black men who are interested in leaving the United States of America to be able to start a new life elsewhere. And so one of the things that people always brought up was that they didn't feel like they had a means of making money. Either they had a job that was tying them to the United States, or they didn't know how to be able to take what they were doing and take it overseas, or they weren't comfortable with starting their own business. And I understand that struggle. Because for a lot of years, I had the same struggle myself. Even before I became a full-time writer, I was sort of working on the side as a writer in the mornings and the evenings, and not even always for pay. I was still in the process of trying to figure out whether or not a writing career was even possible for me, because I didn't really have the confidence to just sort of full force move forward with a career in writing, because I didn't believe it was possible. I had a lot of limiting beliefs about my own abilities as a writer, and whether or not I can actually make a real living as a writer, working full time, and to be able to do all the other things that I wanted to do, like travel and just see different parts of the world. And what I've learned in the past 2 years is that in the last 2 years that I've been in Southeast Asia, that it is very possible. And as a matter of fact, the fact that I live overseas in Southeast Asia has made it a lot more comfortable for me to be able to pursue my goals as a writer, and to be able to use my skills in a way that suits me. And it's a lot different to be able to work for yourself as a writer than it is to be able to extending your writing skills to a place where you have to show up on a day-to-day basis, in a place where you may not necessarily want to be going. It's really nice to be able to create a schedule that works for me. I work when I want to, I travel when I want to, I'm able to take breaks when I want to, I'm able to take care of my health in a way that I really was not able to do when I was in the United States. So there's so many benefits to being able to what do I want to say? There's so many benefits to being able to pursue my writing career the way that I've wanted to over the last couple of years. And really what I wanted to share in this video was one of the secrets of success that I think really has worked for me since I've been here in Southeast Asia, is the fact that I already had a freelance writing career before I left the United States. I've been writing full time for I would probably say about 5, maybe 6 years. And learning how to do that process was really challenging, because I didn't really know, I never really knew anyone who had a full-time career as a writer. I've known people who wrote on the side. I've known people who um, had dreams of pursuing goals as a writer, but didn't really do it full time because they didn't really pursue it as a full time choice because they just didn't feel like they could either, So I didn't really have a whole lot of life examples. But it took me a good 3 years to be able to figure out what I needed to do to be able to make that happen for myself. And once I got to a point where I was comfortable with knowing that, okay, I know who my clients are as a freelance writer. For the most part, I do a lot of content marketing. And then I have other writing projects that I do for myself on the side as well. But for the most part, what I do for the bulk of my money is content marketing, at least right now for tech companies. And it pays very well. But being able to do that learning how to be able to find the clients that I need to be able to be able to make the money I need has really made all the difference. Sometimes I see some folks who move overseas. They make the mistake of moving overseas, and they might have a little bit of money saved up, which is great. You should always have some sort of money to be able to fall back on when you move overseas. But they don't really have any plans in place to be able to continue to make money if that's what you want to do. Sometimes you meet people and they just want to be able to take a break for a few months, which is totally valid too. But if you're looking to make a move, or you're just looking for more flexibility in your life as far as where you want to be able to live, I really think that being a freelance writer is one of the best ways to be able to do it. But if you don't know how to run a business, if you don't know what it means to be able to depend on your own work 100%, to be able to go out and find clients in the way that you know how to be able to find them, to be able to make sure that you're getting paid on time, it might be a bit stressful for you to be in a new country where you don't have a lot of other support. You may want to learn how to do that before you leave. And so one of the things that I really wanted to be able to share with people was, how did I do that? What were the key things that I had in place for me to be able to learn how to build a sustainable freelance writing business before I left the United States. There were still some things that I needed to learn once I got overseas. But once I got overseas, because I already had a marketing system and all sorts of other things in place, it was a lot easier for me to be able to figure things out on how to be able to make my money on a regular basis. And because my living expenses are a lot lower than what they were in the United States, so I have a lot more room. To be able to try things as far as what sorts of clients I'm working with. And so it doesn't feel so stressful, and so I have more space to be creative. Okay, so as far as me, what am I doing with all of this? Is that I am starting to teach people how to be able to create their own freelance writing business so that they can live and work abroad as well. So that we can sort of solve that problem of learning how to be able to create your own income so that you can live on your own terms when you go abroad. And so my first thing that I've started to do, I've already got a few clients that I've started working with, and I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited that these are women who are already writing in some respects, but they are looking to me to be able to figure out how to be able to create the framework on how to be able to create a freelance writing business that they can take with them when they move overseas. And one of them is actually already living overseas in the Middle East. And this is really exciting. And so I'm starting the coaching and consulting with individuals. I'm doing the consulting I've started doing with individual companies as far as doing their content marketing strategy plans are concerned, and I'm also writing a book. I've written several books that have to do with writing, but this one, let's see, I have a working title, is How to Work and Live Abroad as a Writer. And so in this book, it's not really giving you the nitty gritty of how to start your freelance writing business, but sort of laying down the groundwork of what my thinking process has been over the last couple of years, to show people that it actually is possible for you to be able to build a freelance writing business and to be able to live and work overseas on your own terms. So if that's interesting to you, I would love for you to leave a comment. What do you want to know, as a question of the day? What do you want to know about living and working overseas as a freelance writer? What if I can answer any one question in this upcoming book? What would make the most sense for you? What would you ask me about living and working overseas as a freelance writer? So that's all that I have today. Thank you so much. My name is Helana Black. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so that you'll be able to get all of the upcoming videos. And I will see you soon.